Let's demystify fear with lessons from the cosmos and real life. Soothing music fades in. Hey there, my friend. I'm so glad you're here today. I want to start by inviting you to relax. Take a deep breath and let your mind settle. Today, we're going to explore something that we all face at one point or another: fear. But don't worry, this isn't your typical conversation about fear. Instead, I'm going to show you a different way to look at it. A way that connects you to something timeless, something powerful within you. So, let's just ease into this. Listen, reflect, and let's go on this journey together, okay? Let's begin. Now, I want you to imagine your life like a journey, your very own path that's been mapped out just for you. It's a map, not a physical one, but a cosmic one, written at the exact moment you were born. The stars, the planets, they each had a role to play in that moment, shaping the journey you're on. And along that path, fear is something we all encounter. But I want to share something with you. In Vedic astrology, we can actually see where those fears might arise. You see, certain planets influence these feelings of unease. Rahu, for example, brings that restless fear, that fear of never quite getting where we want to be. And then there's Ketu, where we hold on to past fears we carry with us, maybe even from past lives. Your fear is not you. It's only a visitor in the temple of your being. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 47. Think about that for a second. Your fear is only a visitor. It's not your true self. It's just passing through. So take a moment, acknowledge it, and then let it go, like a cloud passing by. Now, let's break this down a little more. Fear isn't all the same. There's a primal fear, like the fear of pain, of death, of losing something important to you. This kind of fear is often connected to planets like the Moon, Mars, and Saturn in your chart. You can feel it in your body. It's raw, it's instinctive. But then there's another kind of fear, the intellectual fear, the what-if kind of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure. This one is connected to planets like Mercury, Venus, and Rahu. And you know, this is the kind of fear that gets stuck in your mind. But here's the thing. Do not act with attachment to the result. Act with love and detachment. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 47. Let's take that in. Don't worry so much about the result. Krishna reminds us, focus on the action, not the outcome. When you act from a place of love and purpose, fear loses its grip on you. Now, my friend, I know many of us worry about isolation. Maybe you're thinking about it too. The fear of being alone as we get older, or maybe you've already felt it, this fear of being disconnected. But here's something I want you to really think about. Isolation is not the problem. It's a part of life. You see, we come into this world alone, and in many ways, we will leave alone. But the journey in between, that's where the magic happens. The solitary journey leads to the discovery of the true self, Upanishads. Being alone doesn't mean you're empty. It's actually the space where you can connect to something deeper. And you know, fear of being isolated is often just a misunderstanding of what solitude truly is. It's not loneliness. It's an opportunity to connect with yourself, to discover who you really are. One can be alone, yet not lonely, when one is in touch with the infinite. Mahabharata, Book 12, Chapter 20. When you embrace solitude, you're not just alone. You're connected to the divine. You're connected to the universe itself. And that's where real strength lies. You are never truly alone because you are always connected to the greater whole. Let's take a little dive into time now, shall we? In Vedic astrology, there's something called the dasha system. Imagine time like a watch. We all know how a watch works, right? The hours are divided into minutes, and those minutes are broken down into seconds. Every second counts, but each one is unique. Time is the wheel of fortune. It turns and we must ride with it. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, verse 32. And just like that, my friend, your life has these unique periods called dashas. Each one is like a season, a different time in your life, with its own challenges and blessings. Sometimes it'll feel like winter, cold, difficult, and testing. But don't worry, summer will come, bringing warmth and growth. We all have our own seasons. Some of us are in our spring, and some of us are in winter. But every season changes. It's the rhythm of life. And just like the seasons, these periods of your life will pass, and new ones will arrive. Now, I want to share something with you. Krishna spoke to Arjuna when he was consumed with fear on the battlefield. Arjuna was terrified, unsure of what to do. And what did Krishna say to him? You grieve for those who should not be grieved for, yet you speak like a wise man. The wise grieve neither for the living nor for the dead. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 11. Arjuna was grieving over what he might lose, but Krishna reminded him, our true nature is eternal, and the fear of loss, it comes from attachment. Krishna urged him to rise above that attachment, and you, my friend, can do the same. Fear is just a reflection of your attachments. When you let go of them, you'll find that fear starts to fade away. And do you remember Karna, that mighty warrior? He too struggled with fear of rejection, fear of not being enough. But Krishna told him, the one who has control over his mind has conquered the world. Mahabharata, Book 5, Chapter 45. Control your mind, Karna. Control your mind, and you'll conquer your fears. And guess what? You can do the same. When you master your mind, fear has no hold over you. Now, there's something I need to remind you about. Popularity, it's not what it seems. People think that if they have many friends, they're safe from loneliness. But here's the thing, popularity is an illusion. Even when surrounded by people, we are still solitary in our essence. You are the universe, and the universe is you. Upanishads. True connection comes from within. Your mind is everything. When you realize this, you'll never feel alone again. The external world doesn't define you. You are the creator of your own reality. So, my friend, I want to leave you with this. Fear is not something to fight against. It's something to understand. It's a part of your unique journey. And just like the seasons, the challenges you face will shift. Use the wisdom of Vedic astrology to understand your path, and the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita and the Mahabharata to guide you through it. Remember, you are not your fears. You are the eternal, the infinite, and your mind is the key to all power. Take a moment, breathe in that power, and know that everything you need is already within you. Until next time, my friend, take care and keep exploring. Stay curious.